Welcome, everybody. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Just a little spur of the moment video because I just spent the last, 2.5 hours or so getting information about all the media channels that need to write about this Elon Musk scandal affecting me and hundreds of workers, possibly thousands. We won't know the numbers until there's an audit of the company that they hired, America PAC. I have nothing wrong with Elon Musk. I never judged him. I was actually a huge fan of his for various reasons. I've heard skepticisms about him, but seeing him stand up for liberty was a huge inspiration. And I backed him and I started working on his $47 petition. I've worked in the petition industry for decades. My name is Nicholas Guillermo. I'm the founder of BallotAI, if you don't already know. I've been a petitioner for over 2 decades. Since 2000, I got involved. This has been my life career. I'm very good at what I do. And it's so obvious that myself, and especially just many dozen that are very close to me in the petition industry, are being gaslit and scammed out of our work. Now, the hundreds that are involved, I don't really know what their numbers on. There's going to be skepticism that a lot of people are claiming fraud when there really isn't any. Maybe they didn't actually work. They want to claim fraud so it can be part of the class action, hopefully get something. But this is all based on the reality of getting a subpoena for an audit of their software, and then we could get paid. We are owed millions of dollars between all of us. Certainly, I myself have owed maybe 100,000, 200,000. It's somewhere in between there because I collected easily 600 signatures at each rally I went to. They're saying all the signatures I collected was, get this, 666 signatures. I'm not even joking. And a decimal point, 0.1727 or something. You cannot get a fraction of a signature. So there's obviously some BS going on. There's no way I only collected 666 signatures. Each rally, I would get over 600 signers. Absolutely. There's some of them who were a little less. Maybe the last one in Michigan, there was already a lot of people that had already signed. There's a few other petitioners that were there. Some of the rallies, like the first big one I went to in Pennsylvania at State College, I was the only pro with my buddy Josh Visk, BallotAI on X. If you follow him and me, Liberty Economy on X, you'll see our story. We were the only ones there with a massive sign table at the front of the gate. Before it opened, we were there getting signatures there, and the other Pennsylvania rally, we were there like 6 a.m. at the one in Allentown. There was no other pros doing what we were doing. We walked down the lines. We were getting signature after signature, one after another. And I was getting them on people's phones themselves that they were doing from their own phones with QR codes. And I was verifying they were putting my phone number in the form before they submitted it so I would get the credit. They started giving us invoices, but then they stopped. So there's a reason for this. Clearly, they don't have technology problems. I mean, they got $118 million from Elon Musk. There's no reason their email just happened to fail conveniently to not give us an audit, because they gave us some and then they stopped. And why would that happen? Because somebody's trying to skim off the top. They got paid so much and they're not paying out their workers. I'm owed so much money. The amount that they're going to pay me is, like $31,000, supposedly. But I'm still waiting on a check that was mailed out on the 27th. They said it's in the mail. It's been 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure a check from Northern California would arrive in Arizona within 3 weeks. This is why I know they're just gaslighting us. They're messing around. And of course, the fractional amount of signatures they claim I got, and the fact that it's like 1/10 or less of the actual signatures I got. So just it reeks to high hell. And I just wish that people would follow us on X, repost and share and comment on the videos. Just like get some info out there for the people. I started tagging reporters. I'm tagging reporters hoping they'll reach out to me on X. That doesn't work. I just sent an email to like 30 plus different agencies from Washington Post, New York Times, and others, hoping that they'll write an article about this. One reporter wrote a tweet. I mean, she didn't quite make an article. It's only got like 8 views last I checked. She just tweeted. It's not like she had like millions of views on it that we need. We just want Elon to see this and pay us. That's all we ask for. We just want Elon to pay us. It's not just me. It's hundreds of millions of people. It's the principle that matter. We put our faith out there to help Trump and help Elon stand up for the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, help this America PAC. And America PAC is screwing with us. They have zero communication other than emails. The ironic thing, they all happened at the same time. Me and all the other pros got the emails and we're in touch with each other. We got them on the same day. There's no way that it's feasible. Why they would be acting like they're so backed up on work, but then all of a sudden it's done all in one day. They know exactly what our totals are. And they have fractional amounts, not just for me, but for others. If it's $47 a signature and we're independent contractors, it's $47 a signature. It's not 47.1 or 47.257 like they're suggesting I got with 666.127. It's absolute garbage. And it happened to me of all people, is I'm actually building software to end all fraud in the petition industry now as we speak. It's almost in its final stage to be an MVP ready for use. It's called Petition Verifier. It's actually called BallotAI, but that's the title for a host of solutions I've been investing in. And so for the very person with the team building the software to end all fraud, isn't it ironic that we work for the company that we look forward to for the first crypto president, Donald Trump, to end the wars and stop the garbage in the government that's happening that liberals are just turning a blind eye to, at least the ones that are not paying attention. There's a lot of liberals that agree with conservatives on the issues. They just still vote liberal. I don't blame them, but those that were hardcore Kamala supporters, there's something wrong with that, lady. Something wrong with Biden and the hyperinflation, the Ukraine war. And if you don't see that and consider yourself a liberal, you're not. You're not. Liberals, to me, were against the wars when I was growing up. We were against the Bush era, and 9/11 tragedy, which was obviously a setup and scam. Hopefully that comes out because there's so many red herrings, like the passports not disintegrating and falling to the ground perfectly, ex-CIA agents that worked for them. Something's wrong here. And this country needs some help. So when I heard the $47 petition was coming out, I decided, we need a Trump presidency. We need someone who's going to talk back to the deep state and get rid of all the scum. He didn't do a perfect job the first time. I was actually rooting for Kennedy at first because I liked Trump, but I liked Kennedy. That's the one who my vote was for. But when I saw the humility of Trump and Kennedy teaming up, when Trump realized Kennedy was right about all the vaccine disinformation, it's just coming out so much disinformation. The media censored it. Facebook censored it. And I wasn't jabbed. I knew from the beginning. I've been studying deep politics for a long time. I'm not going to take a shot just because the government tells me to. So much science coming out about that. And the truth is going to be known. And the liberals are going to wake up and see Trump's going to be a great president, I believe. But there's this tragedy. The people working for him, the people doing the work for Elon are not getting paid. So I hope you can share these posts on X. And because I'm launching this software, BallotAI, and it's really to end all fraud in this industry, it's like a multi-billion-dollar industry, $16 billion in 2022. It's probably worth $20 billion this last election. I should ask Grok while we're live and see if it knows. And the thing is, I'm launching the software, and I realized direct democracy is something that's designed to limit the government. It's been taken over by the left, and it's got a bad rap. It's got a bad rap by conservatives who didn't understand that it's actually the key to limit government. And that's what my passion is, to wake up conservatives that we are the majority now. We can use the direct democracy processes of our states to limit government and have it totally proof our Constitution from radical liberal agendas from anyone, neocons as well. Because we have the power and our strength in numbers to qualify initiatives for the ballot and vote on the laws we want to change. Who else is talking about that? What other media do you know, alternative media alike, actually talks about solutions? They talk about the problems all day, but they don't get you involved. That's why I need your support to grow my channel. Because if I could do media all day and talk about all these global issues going on and direct people to solutions, we would have a dramatic change in this country. But it's not about me. I see the idea as decentralization. It should be hundreds of journalists, thousands of journalists talking about the problems and solutions and the strategies to accomplishment. That top strategy is strength in numbers, and it's empowered by direct democracy of our states. Not all the states have it. Not all the countries have it, but so many countries have it. They don't utilize it. And so many people in the states, so many people that are those patriots who care about this country don't even use this process, don't advocate for it, don't recognize that it's been occulted and hidden from us all these years. It's right in our constitutions. It's part of the history of the states. When they were formed, like in Arizona, where I live, when the state was formed, it had ballot access rights installed in its constitution that can never be taken away, but they are trying to limit it. The corrupt, neocons, or what we call them, rhinos, that run the Republican Party are against initiatives. They're always attacking it. Same with the corrupt Democrats, making it harder and harder to get initiatives when we need it to be easier. We need to be able to limit government ourselves instead of waiting for politicians. Ask yourself, why wait for 2 years for the next election if during this time we could just volunteer a little bit of time on the weekends here and there, an hour a weekend, for example, getting 1 page of signatures and have a small community dedicated to that, then we can get anything on the ballot and vote for it and change every single corrupt law that affects us. We can limit the federal government under the 10th Amendment with this constitutional amendment ballot initiative. Every single corrupt law that faces our state, we could have a referendum to block it. Why aren't we doing that as a nation? Because people are ignorant. They do not know. The media is keeping them complacent. They don't know. And I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. They do not know. I hope to get Tucker Carlson to write about this. I think he's one of the people that are about this. Alex Jones, of all people, is just talking on 2 streams now. I saw him talking about direct democracy is the answer. And I pinned one of them is right at this interesting numerological point, like 2222 on one of his videos just days ago. It's on my X profile. And he said, direct democracy is the answer. But even Alex Jones doesn't get people involved. But, there's liberal people out there. If you're a liberal, that's cool, whatever, as long as you're not for war and the deep state and the corruption. If you woke up like I did and many other people did, if you realize that we want a clean environment, we want to have justice, we want workers to be able to take care of their families and all things that liberals would stand for, then we can do that. Now, I realize I come from a more conservative perspective now, studying economics, listening to people like Thomas Sowell. We should be able to solve these problems in the free market. We should be able to solve them without the government, because every time the government steps in, they're just like skimming off the top of our taxes, acting like they're going to help us. And really, they're paying off a bunch of bureaucrats, and things get worse when you raise taxes. Like businesses don't have enough to employ or spend their money like they did before, which would go back into the economy. Now it goes to the government, and they don't spend it right ever. So I would like to see liberals, like more independent-minded people, like the Kennedy team people. As I was getting signatures for Kennedy, I was one of the top signature collectors for Kennedy in Arizona. I've been doing this all over the country. I didn't travel with them at the time. The guy running the contract was a fraud. Kennedy hired a corrupt company. They ended up suing. But, it was like I couldn't interject and get myself in that position at the time to help prevent that. But I'm doing everything I can now with BallotAI software. So big news, a cryptocurrency is out. We have a $25K market cap. It's so early before we get to 70K and it gets to all the decentralized exchanges. How would you like to have some of that in your wallet? So you could see some price increase and make some money off of it. If you invest in us, better. But I'm planning on giving an airdrop out to people that will share the stories and interact in the Telegram group where I am currently collecting wallet addresses on Solana. And I want to give these out to people for free, which is just a giveaway from the money I invested in the project. Looking for people that will hold and stake it in our staking platform. We are about to launch a decentralized exchange. We are about to launch a launchpad for policy tokens, which really gets to the heart of starting to solve the problems in this country. Because when we have these policy tokens launched, as they grow in value and people invest in them, they will reach a certain market cap, and then we will have a portion burnt and a portion liquidated. That simply means portions taken out of supply forever and burned, so they'll never be in circulation, making them more scarce. And the other portions liquidated into dollars that we can spend on creating nonprofits or helping nonprofits that currently exist, who will create the ongoing advocacy for policies that we need to have. That serves as a foundation for policies we want to change in our states. We need one policy token for worldwide campaigns on policies we vote on using an e-democracy system. And we're creating a decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO, where we can vote on the blockchain to decide what policies we want to create. When we get into the nitty-gritty of the policies and how they're written, we want to have other software. This is, of course, why we need to have a community backing our token, because we want to invest with the administrator portion in building software, because I'm tapping myself out of my personal loans. So I'm putting this on a loan. I'm taking debt to build this because I believe it will happen. And this is the bull market under Trump, the crypto president. It's an AI token. It has all the narrative that people want. It's election tech. It's designed to stop the neoliberal and neocon agenda. And the states need to have the people be in power and take our rights back. And we need to raise awareness about that. So one other project we're launching very soon, is an AI agent. This will be an automated creature of artificial intelligence, if you will, that will basically serve direct democracy on X.com and other platforms to advocate, educate, make aware and get people involved so it can free us and free myself from a lot of the outreach work like I'm doing now with the videos. These will be crucial. I'll always do videos. So I hope you subscribe to this channel because you want to see where this goes. Because we are about bringing humanity to the next stage of democracy and enlightenment in that matter, that we are the ones who have always been in control. We just have not embraced our powers. And if we were to embrace our powers, we could stop every corrupt action in government ourselves by the popular vote. Now, those who are awake and aware, who voted for Trump, clearly are the majority. We want to stop big government from taking over our lives. Like Kennedy, we want to stop the poisons in our air and water. It's all good. We want a strong economy and an environment. Why does it have to be pivoted against each other? Like all these rhinos didn't care about the environment at all and the planet, and a lot of Republicans didn't, although some do. Of course, the Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act were helped pass by Republicans. Republicans also want meaningful, clean environmental issues, but there's so much fraud from the ultra left, funded by George Soros and other neo-warhawk liberals, that they will distract and dissuade and divide people in fake green agendas and fake agendas to help people that don't really help us. As we're learning with things like DEI, didn't really work out for the fire department in California, did it? It had a bunch of unhealthy fire workers that couldn't even carry a hose practically, that were not able to do this job. And wow, look at Newsom just royally messing up California. You know, there's a recall effort in Cali. If it's going to pay, I will most likely be out there. But I have work in Florida, so I'm going to be leaving to Florida in a matter of days for marijuana petition. As usual, I've been working marijuana petition since the beginning, helped legalize it in multiple states, and a casino petition, very high-paying casino wars, where they will literally possibly pay me and the petitioners working with me to not work if we don't care. I don't care. Although I like helping Native Americans. So I might stick with that, especially if I can make more money helping the natives. But we will see. If they give me a pay cut to not work, then I will do it, because then I can just focus on BallotAI full time. But my other workers can work. That's cool. So I'm going to be in Florida doing that. I'm working on building BallotAI. Going to be launching the AI agent very soon, probably within a matter of days. We have a lot going on. The dev team is putting things together. Let's see if my dev wrote me by now. I'm waiting on getting the API for a project called Signer Finder. No, he's not online yet. But Signer Finder, it's a great app. I was just testing it the other day. It's great for the free market for anyone wanting to promote a business that you can benefit from if you have a small business. Maybe you want to start one. It also helps petitioners. So it's got great correlation of all kinds of industries. As a petitioner, we need to find where the most signatures are, where the most people are collected. And for business, this is crucial information when you have flyers, business cards, you want to meet people, tell them about your business and your startup. So you can log into Signer Finder with the BallotAI token on the DApp from the website, ballot.finance. It's all in development right now. And when you stake some tokens there, you'll have access to the Signer Finder. So you can type in your city and it will find you all the top malls and busiest locations in the city at all times of day. And it will show you all the events, and it will aggregate that in an order so you can prioritize going to the busiest places you need to be in. This is a great utility for the petition world and for anyone in business. That one should be up actually within the week, because my timing is just right. Also, my blockchain dev, where he's launching the staking platform again, we have an upgrade. They'll have a countdown timer for when you know when to unstake. We have the DEX being launched, where we have liquidity pools for our other token, also petitioner token, and all the new policy tokens we are going to launch. And we will have the launch pad, and we will have the DAO, and all this is coming together very rapidly. So I believe within a week, we're going to have the utility for Signer Finder set into the staking app. Don't hold me to it, but if you want to follow and be a part of that, definitely join the Telegram. You'll be in there early. You can get tokens right now on the Solana blockchain from your Phantom wallet just by typing in BallotAI. If you're not there yet, if you want to get into crypto, if you want to be part of this Trump pump of Bitcoin rising to epic highs we've never seen before, then be a part of this. And we know it's going to go up because we just had the halving event. I've been in crypto for 15 years. I got rich off it kind of during the COVID time. I survived all of COVID and was paying myself just enough to survive and buy the things I wanted. Like I got some music equipment, I was able to also capture a lot of stable coins and learn a whole new method to survive in the decentralized finance space, even during the bear market with high yield stablecoin pools. I have my own strategy. I'll be sharing that with all my people in the community for sure. There's a little cost structure, but it's fair because when we give away the top liquidity farms, we also lower our yields. So we're just going to share it with those insiders who are part of our company that are staking tokens, and that's cool. You can get way better interest off of stable coins and decentralized finance than any kind of bank. I mean, they pay you like a few percent a year. You can get 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% right now from stablecoin yield farms. There's probably some up there in the 60s, 80s, even 100 that I found before. When you get in first and you get in early, you get so much yield, small amount of stablecoins, relatively small amounts in the thousands, you can live off of it. You know, if you have 100% yield, you need $1,000 a month. It's not much, but I'm just saying, like, you know, at 100% APY, you can live off 12 grand for a little bit. But, you know, when you get in 24, 30 grand areas, 40 grand, and you have all these pools from 10, 20, 30, and 40, you're making pretty good money off of just stable coins during the bear market. But right now is a bull market. Right now is the time to get the BallotAI token to hold Bitcoin and all the meme coins and all the utility tokens, all the artificial intelligent agent tokens, which is the new trend in crypto that's blowing up, like Virtual's protocol, which I got a huge bag from an airdrop I was participating. I got like $10,000 in crypto for free. And I'm about to use that to launch my own AI protocol for direct democracy. I would love you to be a part of that. I want a tool. You can ask it, write me a ballot initiative to change this law, and it will just write it up. We can already do that with some of the advanced AI, like Grok is okay. Some of the other ones will do a decent job, but it's not as articulate as some other AI. So I am using some more advanced AI I pay for that can write any ballot initiative we want. And I want to tap into that AI with this AI agent to write ballot initiatives, teach people about the process, how to file them, even facilitate actions for people to help them get their initiative started, and most importantly, organize the people, because that's what we need is organization. Here's a crazy thing. Eye opener. Hello. Look, I'm in Arizona. We need 250,000 people for a constitutional amendment. If just 250 people would get 1,000 signatures a year, that's like one page a week. Let's go. Let's go. We can get any initiative on the ballot we want from a volunteer effort. I realize people aren't at that level yet. They're not at that stage of awareness. Society is not there yet. We could be there rapidly. If 2 people watching this video told 2 more people about this video and the information therein, and they told 2 more, you go down the way, 15 times, we have like 1 million people. Is my math right? Or my math could be incorrect. But look, you duplicate it. Do it in a calculator, and you'll see. You can have 1 million people organized just from a phone call, just from a text saying, hey, this guy on X is talking about direct democracy. You need to follow him. You need to hear about this. He's got some real solutions, and tell them to get involved. Tell them to tell others, because it's really a numbers game. That's all it is. 2 people tell 2 people. Where's my good calculator? So yeah, just do the math, everyone. Do the math. Here's my calculator. Let's do it. Okay. Just to give you a little inspiration, we could solve all the problems in our world, in our country right now, with a small group of people. That's crazy. 250 people in my state. We have millions of people. What state do you live in? Please, if you have comments, if you can leave some posts, I'll come back to them. I want to build community. My top community right now is X, and I need to build LinkedIn community, and I also need to build my TikTok community, which is very behind. But I really hope to see you there. If you've been watching this far, I think you've got the gist of what we're talking about here. A total paradigm shift, social, political, economic. The social paradigm shift. Now it's time to take action. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends. Time to have something to talk about worthwhile, about solutions that we can participate in that will help us stop all corruption in government. Now, Trump's not going to fix everything from the White House. Our real corruption is in our states. Our states are our sovereignty. That's where the most corruption happens, because the federal government can't fix that. It's not designed to fix that. It's where the politicians in our state have control over our lives and our taxes and policies that affect us most. And the states' rights matter. We need to take our states back. So we need you to have this idea of a social paradigm shift, of something to talk with your community about. The 10th Amendment, learn about it, understand it. And the First Amendment, what does it say in it? Not just the right to free speech and the right to practice your own religion, the right to petition the government for grievances. And what does that intimate? It suggests there's an absolute priority aspect of our Constitution everyone's ignoring. The occulted information about our right to qualify, ballot initiatives, referenda, recalls to remove corrupt politicians. There's even a most astounding type of policy called the citizen grand jury. And citizen grand jury, we could sue the government of all this COVID fraud and all the corruption. We were starting last one I was participating in with Mike Gravel, who ended up being a fraud, sadly. But the senator who ended the Vietnam draft was a hero at the time, ended up going out to try to help 9/11 victims, but stole all the money. I was part of the campaign, only talking about it, advocating, getting some media out there, my articles in like We Are Change. But look at this. Luke Rudowski, who made We Are Change, made himself famous from the Loose Change movie and advocating for 9/11 victims, fundraising for them, would not take interest to get my story about 2 different attempts for 9/11 initiatives to get on the ballot. He let me write an article, but they got next to no views. So it's on his platform, but he doesn't tell anybody about it. Instead of We Are Change, why doesn't he call his platform I Am Change? I think I am. He's not changing anything, but making money off of the harms in society, as a type of all these media broadcasters do, to their own dismay. Because if they really want to solve the world, they act like they care about it, they would get people involved in the solutions. But all the media talks about problems. They drive anxiety and they drive you to donate thinking like, oh, if you just wake people up, problems will solve themselves. That's not how it works. You have to take action. You have to have meaningful action and the right action to deliver right results. That right action is to get in the way of corrupt politics, have a ballot initiative, have a referendum to stop their laws, recalls, and citizen grand jury. We also need new candidates. People collect signatures to get candidates on the ballot. I do it all the time in Arizona. I have a nice business doing that. They pay $1, $2, $3, maybe even $6 a signature. You can make pretty decent money around the election times being a professional petitioner. I've been doing it for 24 years, if you include 4 years prior to starting petitions in 2005 when I was doing door-to-door fundraising, where I was teaching people how to fundraise door-to-door. So I'm creating the first organization to teach people fundraising and have a fundraising company nationwide for ballot initiatives. It has never happened before. All of them focus on lobbying, another big psyop, if you will, begging politicians, the same ones who are just already bribed and aren't going to listen to us anyway, and taking money year after year to keep begging the same politicians who won't vote for us and the things we need. Sometimes there's some moderate results, but it's like 8%. There's like a Harvard study on this. Like the corporate lobbyists get everything. The lobbyists on behalf of people get next to nothing, yet people donate to them all the time. And they get next to nothing. When a fraction of that money donated to lobbyists, if just going to a petition to get on the ballot would actually qualify, the voters would have a chance to vote for it and change things into law. I'm talking right now with Dennis Porter about this idea of a Bitcoin reserve. I think he's going to have a lot of success anyway because Trump being elected and a lot of people are paying attention to Bitcoin. But I was telling him, look, if we just file ballot initiatives, we can guarantee we at least give the people a chance to vote on it. He's trying to be as minimal as possible. The spending doesn't even want to pay for me to help him on the ground, although he wants to fly over the country to do his lobbying. We were talking. I shouldn't say he doesn't want to. He said he wants to possibly get back to me in February. We'll see. I think he's just going to try to protect his lobbying money. I'm a little skeptical of lobbyists because after all, they get paid. The longer the problem persists, the longer they stay in business. With petitions, we want to just make our money one time to collect the signatures, get it on the ballot, move to the next thing. I would rather just help end all corruption in government for my future, for my family's future, for the future of this planet. I don't care about my industry that much that I need to work petitions. I'd actually like to leave. I just keep sucked back into it because it pays well. And I have an industry here I've been a part of. I have workers that want to work for me. But I would like to leave. I don't want to travel all over the country. I want to settle down. I want to have a life. I'm not just designed to work around the clock, make my money, and then spend it all on my dreams only to see them kind of fizzle out. I paid for the software to help me with the live stream. Great. I have some other marketing things going on soon. I paid for some tools, paid for some investments. I hope to get the community behind it. And that's all I'm going to do is just keep pushing on till the day I die. Even though it's been a failure for like the last at least 10 years, I've been telling people about ballot initiatives, how we need to play a role and get involved. People don't want to do it. That I talk to, maybe you are a new person that would like to be involved. I'm not skeptical of all human beings, but I'm almost there. I even joined the Hare Krishnas at one point, just like ready to give up on all this world because it's so crazy that you can't even convince the people that act like they're the most passionate about issues to get involved. Like they literally just want to wait until the next election and hope that things change. That's not how we make change in our lives. That's not reality. And by the way, I'm not like still very into the Vedas, but I'm also into the Christ and not a Hare Krishna. There's like they don't want to get involved either. It's too bad, at least the ones that I met. But I was interested in that spiritual life for a little while because I'm so upset about the material world and how difficult it is to get attention. And here I was working for the world's richest man, thinking I'm helping him out, Elon Musk, and he rips me off. And he rips off hundreds of people, thousands of people. It doesn't acknowledge us, ignores us on all the posts on X. Now we have a few, maybe a couple reporters that are reaching out. I just sent an email to like 30 reporters from major publications. Hopefully someone's going to write an article. I'm still waiting. I even had this one lady, Arizona Times, said she was going to reach out to me and she didn't. I texted her again this morning, waiting to hear back. This story needs to be out there. The world's richest man rips off the laborers who work for him. Why isn't that a national story? I just want him to pay us. I don't hate Elon. I would love to work for America PAC in the future. I thought we were going to have consistent work, thinking this was the big deal. But then they just ripped me and all the pros off. We're never going to work for them again after this. It's very difficult for them to fix this unless they pay us out quickly. And maybe if they paid us more than we're owed, but I'm not greedy. Hey, we're making $30K in 3 weeks is great, but I still haven't got my check. I haven't even gotten the $650 they said they were going to send me back on the 27th. It's been 3 weeks. No way it takes 3 weeks to get from Northern California to Arizona where I live. That's how I know there's some BS going on. They got paid $118 million by Elon Musk. No way they have problems with technology or fulfilling payments. They're just horribly mismanaged. So I just don't trust them. And I hope Elon gets involved. I would love to meet him, shake his hand, and get paid. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to get paid so I can invest in BallotAI. I'm running out of credit. My credit's due. So I have to work really hard when I get to Florida. If you know anyone who's looking for petitioning work, please join my team. We could use you on the team. And we have some good things going. I want to give out some cryptocurrency to the followers. If you'd like to be a part of that. If you need to learn about cryptocurrency, you do need to learn. Now is the time. You don't want to wait because the bull market has already started and it's going to go parabolic real quick. And it's going to melt faces at how fast Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these cryptos grow, and Solana. So I want you to be a part of that because the goal is you make money off crypto and then invest it into improving the world, improving your life so you can improve the world. Because if you have a better life, if you have free time, because you improve your life to the point where you have 1 day a week to collect 1 page of signatures, you and a small team of people with us could change all the laws in our country and make absolute change that we're waiting on without waiting on government at all, just doing it ourselves, getting it on the ballot, letting the voters decide. Hopefully in your whole life, you've seen a ballot initiative. You've heard about it. You've heard about marijuana being legalized, like we're about to do in Florida again. Why was marijuana legalized? Because we put it on the ballot. Dennis Porter is saying, the success of marijuana shows we can do anything. Yeah, Dennis Porter, I tagged you on X. You didn't even respond. I'm like one of the only people in your post on the thing saying it was a ballot initiative. Hello. And you're still telling me you want to ignore ballot initiatives till maybe February. I hope you get it together, Dennis. Ballot initiatives are decentralization. If you like Bitcoin because you like decentralization, you should be all about ballot initiatives. Forget lobbying. Maybe do it a little bit, but do ballot initiatives because the politicians will respond. If we just do ballots, they'll have to see that anyway, and they'll want to do something about it. I filed a couple ballots in Arizona myself, actually more than that, but I filed a couple that got passed by the Governor Ducey the same year they were filed, and I think that it's a coincidence, an interesting correlation, because the same year I filed them, he passed those bills that have been waiting decades and decades to make gold tax-free legal tender and to legalize industrial hemp. I filed those ballot initiatives in Arizona. It's on Ballotpedia. You type in my name, Nicholas Guillermo, and you'll see I've been filing a few of them. I've been in the media a few times. I don't have a big profile built out about my background. I'm really not known by many people other than in the petition world. Funny thing is, a lot of people recognize my face because I've seen them in person and asked them to collect signatures. I mean, I've collected like 1 million signatures in my lifetime. A lot of people say, you look really familiar. Where do I know you from? Yeah, I've been out there collecting signatures for decades all across this country. California mostly, Arizona, Colorado, Florida. And, I've been out here. But I need people to know who I am so they know about my message. It's not about me. I want a decentralized movement. I want you, the viewer, to be the next to carry the torch. If you believe that we are suitable to have a civilization capable of repairing itself instead of just waiting for this hierarchical structure of leaders to fix it for us, why aren't we taking the reins of our country by our own willpower? Why not? We have the ability to. It's just that people have been ignorant. They've been locked into this space of denial and not understanding our Constitution, what it's made of, and why it's really designed to empower we the people through ballot initiatives, and we're just not doing it. The founders created the Constitution as a petition to limit government. That was a petition about the British government, the UK at the time. They didn't want us to be a free country, and we petitioned about that. Yeah, there was some war, but we don't need war because we have a civil process with signing on paper. The pen is mightier than the sword. The ballot is mightier than the bullet, but only if people stand up and use it. So that's enough ranting for now. I have stuff to do. I spent hours today trying to help our petitioner community, reaching out to all these journalists. Please be involved. Check out the x.com profile at Liberty Economy. Be a part of the Telegram. If you want to get in, you can have your chance to earn some free tokens for taking some actions. I'll be a little bit more descriptive of that soon. I'd love you to be in there, hold some tokens. We just need to get to 70K. And look, when I get paid, I'll take it to 70K myself, and I'll distribute the rest as an airdrop, whatever. I just wanted to get on all the decentralized exchanges for people to know about BallotAI software because we are so close. The first utility will be built into our staking dApp probably within a week. We are that close. Then we have the petition verifier, game changing. You want to own direct democracy because this is a multi-billion-dollar industry and it's supposed to be by the people. Why should it be run by multi-million-dollar corporations when it's the people that have to collect the signatures and turn them in? Why not have all of us own our direct democracy industry? That's what BallotAI delivers with our petition verifier software and the other softwares we're launching. Petition verifier scans a sheet of petitions, validates automatically. The MVP is almost ready. We've been testing it. It works. It works great. Okay. Still uses humans to detect fraud, like if someone tries to forge signatures, because often when you pay petitioners, they will try to forge signatures and you get the wrong people. You still need a human, but the AI software just streamlines it all. You don't have to type it in. No one's going to type in everything. It creates an audit so we can audit all those signatures delivered to the state and not have them tell us, oh, you didn't get enough signatures like that last Newsom recall. If they had my software, we would not have that problem. The petition ID verifier is the other one. It's called ID verifier, and that uses the ID to verify if they registered to vote at the right spot and if they've already signed, because that happens all the time. People are not sure if they signed or not, especially later in the season. And when there's multiple petitions, that's an issue. So we have 3 apps. We want to build more. They're all going to be integrated into the staking dApp, which will raise the value of these tokens, because I'm already working with a team of dozens of petitioners, and I'm connected with the companies that have hundreds of petitioners that will use, and thousands. Actually, they have about 1,000 petitioners now ready for Florida, and they will be willing and wanting to use the software. We'll give them a very introductory cost just to get started, which will totally pay off because we'll give them all the best locations to work, and they're working to get paid on all their signatures, so they will want it. And that's going to raise the value of our tokens, especially if you get 1,000 people using it in Florida. So you want to get in and, get there early before all these people, get there before it hits all the decentralized exchanges. Do you want to ask questions to verify what I'm talking about? Join me on X, engage in the conversation. I'm a very public person, very open profile, love to answer questions, love to communicate with people. I have a real desire to build a team of people to help lead direct democracy around the nation and the world for the future of humanity. And I'd hope you to be a part of that. Because why live in a paradigm where we're waiting for politicians when we can fix it ourselves? Doesn't it feel so much more empowering? And it's legitimate. Look it up. Go to ballotpedia.org. Most people don't even know about this. Why has it been hidden from us this whole time? Clearly, there's an agenda. Those in control want to stay in control. They don't want us to know our true power to stop all corruption, because then we'll weed out all the bad actors. Even the good people in government aren't really on the ball on this one. Not yet. They should be. RFK is really close. He did intimate he was all about this idea. He had a video where he talked about blockchain and AI and direct initiatives. He'd said this. but I don't see him taking action and empowering people. And he certainly doesn't have our software built out. He's not building a software like this. RFK is the man, but we need to get people, the actual people, grassroots behind this. That's how we make change. So please be a part of that. What else can I say? But have a great day. I'm going to go enjoy this beautiful sunset in Arizona.